Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Today, Chattapāṇi Upasaka Vattu, the story of Chattapāṇi lady Buddhi from Dhammapada. Yathapi ruciram bhophan vanavandam agandakam Ewan subhasita vaca abhala hoti agobato Yathapi ruciram bhophan vanavandam sukhandakam Ewan subhasita vaca sabhala hoti agobato. Like a beautiful flower full of color but without fragrance. Even so, fruitless are the fair words of one who does not practice them. Like a beautiful flower full of color and also fragrance. Even so, fruitful are the fair words of one who practices them. This Dhammapada was given by the Buddha when he was dwelling in Sāvatthi city with the reference to Chattapāṇi Upasaka. You know, there's a one Upasaka, lady Buddhi in Sāvatthi city. His name was Chattapāṇi. Chattapāṇi means one who has umbrella in his hand. Is it? Chattapāṇi. That is why he is called Chattapāṇi. Then he is Tipitaka. He memorized Tipitaka. Is it? Then he understands the Tipitaka. Anagami, he was not normal person, he was anagami person, non-returner. He will never return to human world after passing away. Is it? That is why now he is in Brahma ranks. So Padowa Ubosati go Hotawa, you know, one day early in the morning, then he wake up and then he observed the 8 precepts, Uposatha Sila. Then he went to pay respect to the Buddha. He went to pay respect to the Buddha. He went to the Buddha to pay respect to the Buddha. Is it? Yeah. Actually, just now, he observed the 8 precepts, Uposatha Sila. For anagami person, they don't need to purposely take the Uposatha Sila. Since they became anagami person, then they automatically observe the Uposatha Sila, especially maybe 10 precepts, not only 8 precepts. Even they don't take the money. You see, like Gatikara potters during the Kassapa Buddha time. Now Gatikara Brahma, is it? Then he didn't take money. So they don't need to take Uposatha Sila from Buddha or Bhikkhu Sangha. When they become anagami, they automatically observe the Uposatha Sila without taking. Then also, you know, Brahmacharya, they celebrate. Then they also live and holy practice. That means Brahmacharya Sikkhapada. They will never marry with the women. If they are women, they will never marry with the men. Or they will be a single. Is it? A single means, for example, they have already married with men or women. They have husband and wife. When they become anagami, okay, husband and wife become like brother and sister. You know, they will never do such a misconduct with the even husband and wife after becoming anagami. You know, Dhammapada and Visakha. Visakha and Dhammapada, they are husband and wife. Visakha is husband, Dhammapada is wife. Then Visakha went to the monastery to listen to the Dhamma. Then the first day he became Chattapāṇi. When he returned to the house, his wife Dhammapada welcome and okay, he is also happy. They stayed together like husband and wife. Next day, he went to the Buddha to listen to the Dhamma. Then he became Sakadagami. When he returned to house, he still stayed together with his wife. Okay? But next day, he went to monastery. Then, after listening to the Dhamma talk from the Buddha, then he became Nagami. Then the day he returned to his house, then, you know, his wife Dhammapada also, okay, approached him, but he didn't accept. He kept quiet, is it? Then Dhammapada thought, oh, my husband was getting angry with me, maybe I may have a kind of fault. Then I will ask, why? You are different from the other day. Oh, at that time, although, you know, Visakha doesn't want to explain, I have a kind of Dhamma. Because of this Dhamma, realization of this Dhamma, then we cannot stay together. Oh, he said like this. Is it? Then me, since I have attained such kinds of Dhamma, then we cannot stay like husband and wife. I have no intention, no cravings for such kinds of sexual enjoyment. Then we should stay like brother and sister. I consider you are like my younger sister. But if you wish to marry with another man, I agree. I will allow you, you can find. Then when he says to his wife in this way, then Dhammapada also thought to herself, oh, then because of this Dhamma, is it? He says to me like this. Then she also asked, oh, such kinds of Dhamma can obtain only men or even women also can practice to attain or not. Then when she asked, sure, women also can attain such kinds of Dhamma, only just need to practice. Then, okay, if it is so, I will not marry with another man. I will also ordain and practice. Then, you know, she took permission from Visakha, her husband. Then she ordained as Bhikkhuni. Then she went to the forest monastery and practiced meditation diligently. Then even she became Arahanta. Is it? Then higher than her husband, Visakha. Visakha only just anagami state. He is still a lay person, but Dhammapada ordained and also practiced meditation. She became Arahanta. Then anagami person observe Brahmacharya Sila. They will never do such an intercourse. Then another one is a Ekabhatiko. Ekabhatiko means they only just have 1 meal in a day. Ekabhatika, 1 meal means before noon. After noon, they will never have any food. They will never eat any food. Is it? That means before noon, although they eat a few times or 2 times, no problem. This is considered as Ekabhatika, having 1 meal. 1 meal, okay? In 1 day. then they had no dinner. Oh, they had no dinner for Anagami. They only just have one meal before noon. Oh, before noon only. Okay, they are the nature of Anagami person. So Chattapāṇi is also Anagami person. Only one meal, having only one meal. Then he approached the Buddha. Then he pay homage to the Buddha and sit down at one side, at the presence of the Buddha. Oh, he was listening to the Dhamma from the Buddha. During this time, Kosala came to the Buddha to pay respect. Then, when he came to the Buddha, according to the law of the country, if the king comes, then the people from the country need to show their respect to the king. Then if they don't show their respect to the king, what will happen? The king will get angry with them, is it? But here, when Chattapāṇi was sitting at the presence of the Buddha, then the king came. He also saw the king is coming to the Buddha. If I don't pay respect to him, then he will get angry with me. But if I, for example, rise, okay, if I get up, if I stand up to pay respect to him, then me, I also disrespect to the Buddha. Understand? For example, you are sitting near the Sayadaw after paying respect to Sayadaw. Then one junior Sayadaw like me come to this place. Then you show respect to the Sayadaw. Then me, you disrespect the Sayadaw, senior Sayadaw. That is why, especially, for example, now you are sitting near Sayadaw. One junior Sayadaw like me came to this place. Then because of me, then you stand up. Or then me, you disrespect the Sayadaw. That is why when you are at the presence of senior Sayadaw, although the junior Sayadaw can, okay, only just keep sit without standing up. Okay, if you want to respect, only just show your manner, respect manner, quite enough. Okay, but don't pay homage or don't stand up like this. Or then you also show the disrespect to the senior Sayadaw. Then you understand this one. Okay? Then Chattapāṇi Upasaka also know, okay, if I don't stand up, if I don't rise to pay respect to the king, then he will get angry with me. But if I show respect manners to the king, then I also show disrespect to the Buddha. That is why, although he is getting angry with me, no problem, I will keep sitting. Then he keeps sitting without standing up. Okay? Without rising. Then the king understood. Then, what happened? Although I am coming here, he don't stand up. He don't stand up. Then me, he don't respect me. He get angry with him. Is it? Actually, if they are the wise person, they will not get angry easily in such kinds of condition. Why? The Buddha is there. But Kosala can get angry with him. Is it? Then what happened? Then although he is getting angry because of the presence of the Buddha, he didn't show his anger, but he only just sit down on one side and pay respect to the Buddha. Then the Buddha understood Kosala is getting angry with the Chattapāṇi Upasaka. That is why then the Buddha also says, the Buddha also prays to Kosala the good quality of Chattapāṇi Upasaka. Oh Majesty, okay, King, okay, Kosala King. This Upasaka, he is Tipitaka, he is wise person, Pandito. Data Dhammo, he already penetrated the Dhamma, good Dhamma. Tipitaka, he memorized all Tipitaka. He understands the Tipitaka. Atha Natha Kusala, he understands what is beneficial and not beneficial. The Buddha praised the good quality of Chattapāṇi Upasakas to the king Kosala. At that time, what happened? Then because of the Buddha's the presence, good quality of Chattapāṇi, then his mind also became soft. His anger disappears toward the Chattapāṇi Upasaka. Okay? Then one day, Kosala king was sitting upper floor of his royal palace with the open window. At that time, Chattapāṇi Upasaka also went to one place bypassing the royal yard near the royal palace. At that time, he was using the umbrella and also wearing the slipper, shoe. Then, Kosala king saw him. During this time, he remembered Chattapāṇi Upasaka. That is why he asked one of his slaves to call him. Okay, please call. This is Chattapāṇi Upasaka to come here. Then this person also informed. Master, Kosala king is calling you. My Majesty is calling you. Please come to him. Then as soon as he heard Kosala king is calling him, then he take off his umbrella. And also he take off his slipper, his shoe. Then Kosala king also saw what he is doing. Is it? Then he approached the Kosala king and sat down in one side. Then at that time Kosala king asked, Chattapāṇi, why did you take off the umbrella? Why did you take out the slipper? You are calling me. The king is calling me. That is why I take off my umbrella and I take out my slipper. I show respect to the king. You know me? I am a king now. The day before yesterday, you didn't know me? I am a king. Then he answered, no, I always know you are a king. But the day before yesterday, I am sitting at the presence of king or the king or highest king. When I am sitting at the presence of the highest king or king or the king or the king, when the sub-king comes, he is a Padesa Raja, sub-king. He only just ruled at the one corner of the country only, not the whole world. But the Buddha actually came out the king or highest king in the world. That is why when we are at the presence of the highest king, when the sub-king comes, we should not respect the sub-king. If we show our respect to the sub-king, then that means we show our disrespect to the highest king. It is not suitable for us. He explained in this way. He also understood. Is it? Then when he understood, the day before yesterday, the Buddha taught to me, you have already penetrated the Dhamma. You are Tipitaka. You know that what is beneficial and not beneficial, what is lawful and not lawful, etc. Because of this reason, I have two queens, Manlika and Vajrapakkhatiya. They wish to learn the Dhamma, then please come to my palace to teach the Dhammas to them. Then he invited. But he refused. He rejected his invitation. No. The palace, the royal palace is very dangerous. They are full of sensual pleasure. But he didn't say here, is it? He only just Raja Gahanama Mahasawachan, very dangerous and full of sensual pleasure, something like this, is it? Then Anagami don't want to associate with the normal labor sense because they are full of sensual pleasure in the royal palace, the king's palace. Also, there will be many beautiful queens and women, etc. Is it? That is why he rejected his invitation. Then he also said, 3 or 4 years a day, you make a kind of mistake. Because of this, you remorse, you worry for this? No, I didn't make any mistake. I also don't worry for this. I have already explained to you why I didn't show respect to you. Oh, then okay. If they wish to learn the Dhamma, then I suggest you should invite one bhikkhu from the Buddha. Oh, then he suggested in this way. Then Chattapāṇi Upasaka also agree with the Kosala can also agree with the Chattapāṇi Upasaka's late disciple's suggestion. Then okay, he allowed him to go. Then next day, Kosala can went to the Buddha and invited, Bhante, please come to our royal palace together with 500 bhikkhus every day for alms food. He invited in this way. The Buddha says, the Buddha will never go to one place regularly for alms food. The Buddha appear not only for one place or one person, one family. The Buddha appear for all beings. Because of this reason, the Buddha will never accept invitation from one place only. But if you wish, then he also explained, okay, the 2 queens want to learn the Dhamma. Then if Buddha cannot come to royal palace regularly, then Bhante, please assign one bhikkhu to teach my queens. Please to teach the Dhammas to my queens. Then the Buddha assigned Venerable Ananda to teach the Dhammas to those 2 queens. Then because of Buddha's assignment, then Venerable Ananda also went to the royal palace regularly, every day. Then he also taught the Tipitaka, the Dhammas to 2 queens, Mallika and Vasabhakatiya, every day. Then among these 2 queens, Mallika queen learned the Dhamma thoroughly and respectfully. Then after learning the Dhamma from Venerable Ananda, she also trying to understand, she also trying to memorize those sutta or the Dhamma. After memorizing, when the Venerable Ananda came to royal palace, next day, then she tried to recite according to Venerable Ananda's instruction what she received. Is it? But the other queen, Vasabhakatiya, didn't learn the Dhamma thoroughly and respectfully. She is not willing to memorize. She didn't try to memorize the sutta or the Dhamma that she learned from the Venerable Ananda. Then what happened? When Venerable Ananda comes to next lesson, she didn't recite. She couldn't recite any sutta in front of Venerable Ananda. This is the difference between those 2 queens. Is it? Then like you, is it? We are teaching the same Dhamma. We are teaching the same, giving the same instruction. But some are very interested and they are very willing to learn, willing to practice thoroughly, respectfully. Is it? Please go to meditation hall to meditate regularly. I give this instruction the same. But some, they respect our instruction thoroughly, but some they don't respect. Is it? Or some they follow, some they don't follow. Similar to those 2 queens. Is it? The same instruction, but one is willing to learn thoroughly, respectfully. One is not willing to learn thoroughly and respectfully. Something like this. Is it? Then here, one day, The Buddha asked Venerable Ananda, Ananda, you are teaching the Dhammas to those two queens regularly? Do they learn the Dhamma respectfully and thoroughly? Then Venerable Ananda answered, Bhante, Malika learn the Dhamma thoroughly and respectfully what I teach her. Then after learning, she also trying to understand and memorize those Dhamma, those Sutta. Then after memorizing, if I ask her to recite what she received, she could recite thoroughly and respectfully without books in this way. Is it? Also, she also observe, she also practice practically. But your relatives Vasavakatiya. You know, Vasavakatiya is from Sicca country, Sakya country. This one maybe the Viddupa story is a very long story. That is why I skip for some time. Later I may explain. Then according to this story, Kosala can want to be the Buddha's relatives. That is why he brought one queen from the Sakya country. Then he make as the queen in his royal palace. Then he became relatives of the Buddha, something like this. Is it? That briefly, later I may explain in detail. Then your relatives Vasavakatiya didn't learn the Dhamma thoroughly and respectfully. She didn't. She is not interested to memorize what she learned. She couldn't recite any Sutta or any Dhamma what she received. He answered in this way. Then the Buddhas recited this stanza, okay, by saying this, this stanza. What is the stanza? You see? Yatha bi ruchiram bophan wana wandam agandakan ewan subhasita vacha apla hoti agobado. This stanza refers to Vasavakatiya. Although Venerable Ananda is teaching the same Tipitaka, the same Sutta, the same Dhammas to those two queens, but Vasavakatiya didn't learn the Dhamma thoroughly and respectfully. She is not willing to memorize. She is not interested to memorize. That is why she couldn't recite the Dhamma what she received. That is why here, what is Yatha pi ruchiram pophan wana wanda agandakan, like a beautiful flower, full of color but without fragrance. Then this is the similes. There are some beautiful flowers. Although it is very beautiful and colorful, but there's no fragrance or no perfumes in this flower. Is it? What kinds of flower? What kinds of flowers in Myanmar? Pao Puan. Another one is like the Chinese the red China rose, etc. They are beautiful, but no fragrance, no perfume in those kinds of flower. Is it? No perfumes. In the same way, even so, fruitless are the fair words of one who does not practice them. In the same way, Tipitaka is beautiful actually. Tipitaka is a good word taught by the Buddha. Venerable Ananda also teach such kinds of Dhamma, Tipitaka Dhammas to those two queens. But Vasavakatiya didn't learn the Tipitaka Dhamma thoroughly and respectfully. She is not interested to understand and to memorize those Dhamma. Is it? Then she didn't apply, she didn't practice those Dhamma practically. So what happened? Then it is not so useful for her. It is useless for her, not beneficial for her. Then someone, use the flower, beautiful flower, but without fragrance. That is why the good smell of the flower will not separate in her body. only just beautiful flower, but she cannot feel the good smell of the flower. Why? There's no good smell in this flower, no fragrance, no good perfumes in this flower. Is it? Or in the same way, Subhasita Vacha, although the Tipitaka is a good Dhamma taught by the Buddha, Apalahoti Agopato, she didn't practice the Dhamma practically, and she didn't try to learn and practice thoroughly and respectfully. That is why those Tipitaka Dhamma are not so beneficial for her, not so useful for her. Is it? Okay. Another one is for Malika. Yatabi Ruchiram Bopan Wana Wandan Sukandagan Ewan Subhasita Waja Sapala Hoti Kobato. Like a beautiful flowers full of color and also fragrance. There are some flower which is very beautiful. Also with good smell, fragrance or perfumes in this flower. Then what will happen? When they use those flowers, then the good smell of flower or fragrance will spread over in their body. Then they feel very happy with the flower and fragrance. Is it? In the same way, when they learn the Tipitaka respectfully and thoroughly, they also try to memorize when necessary. Then they also try to practice those Dhamma practically. Then what will happen? It is very useful and fruitful for this person who practically practice the Dhamma. Like beautiful flower with fragrance and perfume and those kinds of flower, like jasmine. Is it? Jasmine flower, also beautiful, also good perfumes in those kinds of flower. Then the Buddha referred to Malika queen. Is it? Okay. Although the same teaching, Sayadaw is teaching, we are teaching the same teaching, but some are following the instruction. They are practicing thoroughly and respectfully, but some are not interested to practice thoroughly and respectfully. We are giving the same instructions to all students, but some are interested, some are not interested. Some follow thoroughly, some don't follow thoroughly. Some respect the teaching, some don't respect the teaching. Then according to them, although the teaching is a good teaching, Subhasita Vacha, the Buddha's Dhamma, but depending on the listener and the receiver, there will be beneficial and not beneficial. Is it? Then it will be beneficial for them who practice practically. It will not be beneficial, it will not be useful for those who are not interested to practice practically. You can understand such kinds of the Dhamma in this story by understanding those kinds of knowledge. By having those knowledge in your mind, then may be able to practice the Buddha's Dhamma until you realize Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sukhi hotu, Nibbana pasyo hotu. Sadhu, sadhu, anumodami. Sadhu, anumoditapan. Khamma Kamitapan Sukhi Hotu Nibbana Pasya Hotu.